Hey y'all, welcome to Friday's Kitchen. Welcome back if you have been here before. In today's video, we are making a raspberry lemon buttermilk pound cake. If you guys are interested in seeing how I made it, stay tuned. Also, while you're here, I ask that you please take a moment, look down below, consider pressing that subscribe button, join our family, and come back for some more recipes. Here we have the ingredients for the pound cake. At first, we have 3½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt, 2½ cups of granulated sugar, 4 eggs at room temperature, 1 cup of buttermilk at room temperature, 3 sticks of unsalted butter at room temperature. We'll be using 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. Here we have 1 cup of fresh raspberries that I have topped with a tablespoon of all-purpose flour. I'm going to shake that around to coat the raspberries to help prevent them all from sinking to the bottom of the cake as the cake bakes. And here we have the zest of 2 lemons. We're going to start by preheating the oven to 300 degrees. Oh, we have the butter. I'm going to turn the mixer on and then add the granulated sugar. Once I add that, I'm going to let the mixer run anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes until the mixture becomes nice and fluffy and lightens in color. So it's been about 5 minutes. I'm going to add the lemon zest and let the mixer run for another few minutes. And then we're going to go in with our vanilla extract and eggs. All right, so I'm going to scrape down the sides and bottom of the bowl first. Then I'm going to go in with the vanilla extract and add the eggs one at a time. Once I add an egg, I like to wait for the yolk to break before adding the next. All right, so once I scrape down the bowl this time, I'm going to go in with the flour mixture and the buttermilk. I'm going to start with my dry ingredients and end with my dry ingredients. So I add about 1/3 of the flour mixture, half of the buttermilk, another 1/3 of the flour mixture, the rest of the buttermilk, and then the last bit of the flour mixture. Once the batter is done, I'm going to remove the bowl from the stand mixer and I'm going to manually fold in the raspberries. So here we have our cake batter. I'm just gonna go in and add the raspberries. And I'm going to gently fold in. All right, so the cake batter is complete. Let me go ahead and grab the cake pan and we'll be right back. Here we have the cake pan I'm going to use for the cake. This is an 18 cup pan. It'll be linked down below in my description box. I got it from Amazon. I get a lot of questions about it, so it'll always be linked down below in my pound cake videos. I'm going to spray with pan baking spray. Now I am going to line this with parchment paper. I always get questions, why am I using spray and parchment paper? I use the spray to help the parchment paper stick to the pan, especially around the sides. That's the only reason, that's the way I do it. You can do it however you see fit. I've already cut the parchment paper out, so I'm going to go in with the bottom piece. And then I'm going to go in with the 2 strips on the sides. And again, spraying the pan first just makes it easier as far as getting the parchment paper to stay in place without all the movement. All right, so here we have our pan. It is all ready now. And now I'm just gonna go in with the cake batter. I'm just going through, spreading this out, trying to level it, make it as even as possible. All right, so this is going to go into the oven. It'll bake for about an hour and a half. I'll adjust that time as needed, but as always, I'll let you guys know exactly how long it takes in my oven when I remove it. So I'll see you soon. While the cake is in the oven, we're gonna go ahead and get started on the glaze. Here I have 2 cups of powdered sugar. To this, I'm gonna add a splash of vanilla extract. Here we have a tablespoon of lemon juice from the lemons we zested. And then I'm gonna go in with some heavy whipping cream. I'm just eyeballing. You can start with a little and gradually add more. If you add too much, you can just go in with a little more powdered sugar. I want this to be a little on the thicker side. And before I go in with any more heavy cream, I want to tint this yellow. Not very, very yellow. I'm gonna try to use just 1 drop of this yellow color, and hopefully it won't be too dark. But I do plan on topping the cake with some fresh raspberries, and I just think the contrast of color would be pretty. Not necessary. All right, 1 drop. Let's see what this looks like. So just like that, we're done. I'm gonna continue to mix off camera to work out some of these lumps, but this is pretty much done. So I'll see you guys when we take the cake out of the oven. Here's the cake after 1 hour, 40 minutes in the oven. We're gonna let it hang out in the cake pan for about 10 minutes, and then I'll turn it out onto a cake board to completely cool. So it's been about an hour. The cake has completely cooled. Now we're gonna go through and add our glaze on top. Here we have our fresh raspberries, so I'm just going to go through and place some on top of the cake. Now that the cake is done, I'm going to bring you guys in for a closer shot, and I'll cut the cake so you can see what the inside looks like. We've made it to the end of the video. Here we have the finished product, our raspberry lemon buttermilk pound cake. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions about anything I've done, leave them down below in the comment section. To be perfectly honest, I have not tried this cake yet, but I've gotten a lot of great feedback from family. I'm a huge fan of lemon, you know, and raspberry added to it. I don't see where you can go wrong. So I would definitely recommend you guys giving this cake a try. While you're here, I ask that you please take a moment, look down below, consider pressing that subscribe button. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like button before you leave. As always, I thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.